Good evening, Hamlin County. Please review the following information and contact Kellie Smith if you have any questions or concerns for the Hamlin County Coronavirus Task Force, and we will address those concerns in a future broadcast. Number 1, the governor has issued a statement concerning religious services and how leaders should resume church services within our community. The governor stated that individual church leaders have the authority to make the decision when they will reopen. However, the state provided the following guidelines to help leaders safely bring members back into the church. First, leaders should consider a phased-in approach to resuming in-person gatherings and not invite the entire congregation back at one time. Second, vulnerable populations, which include anyone over 65 years or older, people with disabilities, people with serious respiratory or cardiovascular conditions, people who are immune compromised, and any individual with other health compromised conditions should not gather in person until later in the summer. In addition, children's activities and nursery programs should also not gather in person this early on in the process. Third, church leaders should work with members to minimize close personal contact that may have been part of the traditional service, such as handshakes, hugging, or sharing food and drink. Fourth, initially limit the size of attendance in sanctuaries and other combined spaces to create seating arrangements that provide at least 6-foot distancing between families. It is also recommended not to exceed 50% of the maximum capacity of the room, and plans should be instituted to enable full compliance with CDC recommendations for social distancing and personal hygiene. Fifth, individuals should wear face coverings. Sixth, leaders should encourage members of the community to stay at home if they are symptomatic, have a fever, have been in close contact with someone who has tested positive, or have traveled internationally or to a domestic hotspot in the past 2 weeks. Seventh, leaders should consult CDC guidelines and local health department recommendations to determine if their gatherings should cease immediately, how the building should be cleaned, and what other protocol changes are needed if a member of the congregation has tested positive for COVID-19. The most important aspect of this is to re-enter church should be the safety and well-being of all members. Many have an extreme desire to participate in church services, but we need to do this in a safe and responsible manner. We wish you the best. Number 2, we are extremely fortunate to have a quality public health department in Hamlin County, which is dedicated to taking care of our community members. They have been relentless in their efforts to provide service and testing for our community. They have extended their hours and worked on multiple weekends to ensure individuals receive the appropriate medical attention and care needed. Once again, the Hamlin County Health Department will be conducting another drive-through testing event on May the 9th at St. Patrick's Catholic Church at 2518 West Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown. They will be out to church from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. This is strictly a drive-through service, and individuals should remain in their vehicles. Please do not enter the church. Individuals from the health department will come to your vehicle and take the necessary samples for testing. This event is open to all Hamlin County, but the health department is specifically attempting to encourage our Hispanic families to attend this testing event. There is no cost to testing, and you do not have to have insurance to receive this testing. We encourage everyone, especially our Hispanic families, to attend this event on Saturday. Number 3, the school district will continue serving meals at each one of our feeding locations and deliver food through our current bus routes until May the 20th. This date was scheduled to be our last day to serve lunches during the regular school year. May the 20th is on a Wednesday, and we will provide each family with 3 meals on that day for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The school district will not serve lunches from May the 25th through May the 29th. We will need to take the week off to allow cafeteria workers to have a break, to inventory stock, and to reorder food for the summer. We will begin the summer feeding program on June the 1st. We will announce times and feeding locations later. Once again, we're extremely fortunate to have such an excellent food service staff working in the school system. They have worked during this stay-at-home order to ensure our students receive a nutritious meal. They have worked long and hard hours to produce nearly 7,000 meals per day. This is a significant number of meals, and we should take a moment to appreciate their service and dedication. As I have stated in the past, my mother was a single parent, and she successfully raised 4 children on her own. She worked 3 different jobs 7 days a week to take care of our family. I remember the importance of school lunches and how much I depended on those free meals during the school year. I actually worked in the cafeteria to help serve lunch because the manager would give me an extra school lunch for helping. Those daily school meals were not just nice or simply an extra meal. Often they were the only food that I had. I personally know that many of our students would not have anything to eat if we did not provide those lunches. Our food service staff and all of the other community organizations providing food to those in need are incredible. Our community should be extremely thankful for their uncommon service and dedication. They have made a tremendous difference in the lives of so many families, and we are extremely appreciative of their service. Number 4, we are soon approaching a time in our community where we must reopen for business. For the last month, the most responsible and safest course of action has been social isolation and staying at home. This has enabled Hamlin County to maintain a relatively low number of confirmed cases and has allowed us to prevent a surge effect on the local medical providers. We have fared well in this county, and we need to continue our efforts to remain socially responsible. However, we also need to develop a different mindset and understand that our economy must reopen. Since March 1st, over 400,000 people have filed for unemployment benefits in the state of Tennessee. Over 15% of the workers in Tennessee are now currently unemployed. We have lost approximately $870 million of lost retail sales since March. Our state's gross domestic product is projected to decline by over $5 billion. Our local industries provide products that are used by over 300 million people daily in the United States, and some of those items are now in short supply. Our local economy and industrial base are some of the strongest in the entire state. Local jobs and taxes generate numerous employment opportunities, creates disposable income, and produces taxes which enable us to create a quality of life in Hamlin County and within the city of Morristown. Without this strong local economy, we would not have access to excellent schools, hospital, retail stores, eating establishments, and other luxuries which make living in Hamlin County special. There are many elements in our community that contribute to this quality of life, but without question, much of this is a direct result of the strength of our local industries. It would be difficult for many of us to change this mindset of isolation and return back to work. Regardless, we must return to work at some point to ensure we are able to maintain that quality of life we currently enjoy. It is important to note that many of our citizens have been working this entire time. Our first responders, law enforcement, medical providers, child care providers, food providers, grocery stores, etc., have remained open during the pandemic. These organizations have demonstrated you can work safely if you adhere to specific guidelines and follow basic good health procedures. We need to re-enter the workplace with specific thoughts in mind. We need to maintain social distancing as much as possible in the workplace. We need to monitor our behaviors and refrain from collectively gathering in enclosed spaces. We need to wash our hands with soap and water frequently. We need to be conscientious about touching our face, nose, and mouth with our hands. It is possible to return to work safely if we're thoughtful, deliberate, and conscientious about our personal actions. Hamlin County and the city of Morristown must reopen for business. We need to do this in a responsible manner, but we do need to reopen. Thank you for your attention to this broadcast, and we wish you the very best as we continue to reopen our community and as we re-enter the workplace. We wish you the best.